What's up guys, I'm Random Frank P, back with an episode of cool tech under $100 this month. Got a little bonus episode for you, showcasing some of the best and coolest tech you can buy under that price. And if you see anything you like, I'll have it all listed for you guys in the description down below so you can check it out. First up today is one of my favorite pieces of tech of the year, and this is not a Gameboy Advance SP, but the Anbernic RG35XXSP. A crazy powerful yet tiny handheld made to completely resemble that of an SP, but can emulate thousands of games and close to 40 consoles, all while fitting in your pocket. If you're a fan of the channel, you probably know by now my love for these retro emulators, and this one's one of my favorites that I've used because it does tug on those nostalgic heartstrings. I mean, look at it, it's practically an SP, but way more powerful. Not only that, but this is rechargeable over USB-C, has an HDMI out to play in your TV if you'd like, built-in Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and memory card slots to load up more games, all under $100. So taking a look at it, it features that same clamshell design with the flip-out screen. The 3.5-inch 640 by 480 resolution display is nice and bright, and it's nearly triple the resolution as the original SP, so the pixel density here is a huge visual upgrade for your games. Inside it has an H700 quad-core ARM Cortex-A53 CPU running at 1.5 GHz, which is what's gonna power all these games. Like we're talking NES and Atari up to DreamCast, PS1, N64, even handhelds like the Nintendo DS and the PSP, and nearly everything in between. I love going back and playing a bunch of PS1 titles or games I just never got to play, and with the built-in memory card slots, you can always customize it to add more games and ROMs, even changing up the stock OS if you're more advanced at this type of stuff. And I mentioned before how it has built-in Bluetooth and Wi-Fi for online multiplayer games or transferring Pokemon from console to console. All these new and modern upgrades in that same design that we all fell in love with back in 2003. Anbernic also makes this in 4 different colors, from the transparent blue indigo model that I have to a transparent black, white, and a silver, which looks really nice. I just love how it stays true to that original design for that nostalgic factor. It can easily come with you on the go for long trips or on a flight to keep you entertained. There are tons of reviews out there that are like a half-hour long each because there's so much info about this. I'm only just scratching the surface, but easily one of my favorite gadgets of the year for right around $80. So if you're into emulators, you want to play those throwback games, this will be perfect for that. But what if I told you you could play PS5 games on your very own free PS5 with the giveaway we have going on, all with today's sponsor, Whatnot. Whatnot's an online social marketplace where you can discover some of your favorite products like sports cards, Pokemon cards, electronics, and tons of other things, all with these rapid-fire auctions happening in real time. You can bid on things like Bose headphones, AirPods, PC components, and a bunch of other gadgets starting off with $1 auctions. Speaking of $1, I'm gonna have a ton of peripherals and tech gadgets up for grab next week, June 22nd. I'll be live at 7 p.m. Eastern next Saturday, right on the Whatnot app, so you can come by, hang out, bid on a bunch of things at $1, and like I showed before, we're gonna have some big giveaways going on that you're not gonna wanna miss out on. Talking a free PS5, free Razer mouse, and more. I'll have the sign up link listed for you guys in the description down below, where you can also get $15 towards your first purchase, so you can get some absolute steals with that. And like you saw, free blackout PS5, Razer mouse, Pulsar keyboard. Gonna be a really fun show. Hope to see you there. Now we have a pair of wireless earbuds, and straight up, I find myself reaching for these over my AirPods Pro, which are like what, $250? These are only $99, and honestly, I like them more. From the company Nothing, these are the Nothing Ear A wireless earbuds. And visually, I think the whole transparent design here is super cool looking, but when it comes to, wireless earbuds, visuals are the least of importance. It's all about the sound quality, which these pack a punch in for that budget-friendly price. So when these launched, I decided just to buy a pair and try them out on a whim, and I'm super happy I did because they've pretty much been my go-to earbuds the last month plus. What I like is, first, they're lightweight and they stay in my ear better versus the AirPods, which are constantly falling out on me. And these have the same features like active noise canceling, which is adjustable, dual connectivity modes for listening to music on your laptop and then like taking a call on your phone, for example, and fast charging with its wireless case. The sound quality, I'd honestly say it's comparable to the AirPods Pro. But what I really like is if you download their app, you can switch between the built-in EQs they have or make your very own. And the app has things like a dedicated bass boost, there's the noise canceling settings to adjust that with the adaptive mode that uses 6 built-in mics to adjust the noise canceling according to your surroundings. You have the ability to customize the built-in touch controls and what they do. And if you game on your phone, there's also a low latency mode that's just built in ready for you. I did not expect these to sound so good and have this many features packed in all at this price. It's honestly very impressive that they pulled this off for just $99. So from the visual aesthetic to the sound quality out of these, nothing really did something here with the Ear A. And they also come in a black color option if you prefer that as well. Can't recommend these enough. Now next up, believe it or not, one of the most common questions I always get in my videos is recommending a budget amp DAC for the desk setup. So if the wireless earbuds aren't your thing, got a really good option for you. This is the iFi Uno, a tiny all-in-one compact unit for controlling your headphones and desktop speakers right at your setup, giving your audio game a massive boost if you've just been using your motherboard's audio or your stock PC settings. With it being both an amp and a DAC, you now have the ability to push your headphones to their potential, that next level to get better audio quality, with the added bonus of adjusting the volume on the fly and using the built-in EQs. So checking it out, on the front is that EQ button to switch between the 3 EQ settings. There's a power match button for changing between high and low gain, the volume knob, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Then the backside is RCA out if you want to use these also with speakers, and the USB-C port to connect this to your source and to power it. And speaking of which, this can sufficiently power headphones up to 600 ohms impedance, so odds are your headphones are going to be well under that. I do wish it had a 1/4-inch jack if your headphones have that instead of 3.5, but you can always just pick up an adapter if needed. Now, by default, the EQ is off, but it's a pretty flat sound signature across the board, letting you adjust it if needed by enabling those 3 EQs. On top, those 3 little icons will illuminate to show you which EQ it's currently on. The first one is a gaming EQ, which is like a bump-in treble for enhanced details like footsteps during gaming. That is the video mode, which is for enhanced mid-range and dialogue, and the music EQ for a nice bass boost. You can cycle between them depending on what you're playing or listening to, but having that ability to quickly toggle a gaming EQ to adjust your audio on the fly is going to be a big added bonus to anyone who doesn't have something like this already. Again, if you've just been using your stock, case IO, this is going to be a massive upgrade. And there's no drivers needed at all. It's all plug and play for both PC and Macs, laptops, smartphones, anything with the USB-C port. So the versatility here at this compact footprint is really impressive at the price. So if you're looking to upgrade to a desktop amp DAC combo without breaking the bank, the iFi Uno is a killer deal for just under $80. So obviously I'll have that link for you guys down below to check it out. But if you want something a bit beefier with like balanced outputs and a 1/4-inch jack, their iFi Zen Air Cannon's on sale for only $85, so just $5 more than the Uno. And honestly, had I discovered that first, I probably would have bought that instead, but it may be overkill for your needs. Just giving you guys some options. Now, this is something that I genuinely use pretty much daily. From one of my favorite mobile accessory brands, this is not sponsored by the way, this is the Aulumu M01 charging station, a folding MagSafe dock that can charge 4 of your devices at once. And I know I've showed off a bunch of different charging stations in the past, and I do use a lot of different ones around the studio and my setup, but this one has this permanent spot in the bedroom on my nightstand since I picked it up last October. Checking it out, built in are 3 magnetic wireless charging pads. One for your AirPods, noted by the icon printed on it. Then is the built-in puck for your Apple Watch right towards the front. You can see that connection is made almost instantly so they'll begin charging. Then up top, the MagSafe block is for fast charging your phone. Any phone with wireless Qi charging will work here, and it supports the weight of my 15 Pro Max with ease without budging or tipping over. And the reason I've used this in our bedroom is because when charging in the landscape orientation, Apple has their standby mode, so this charges and doubles as like a clock on the nightstand. It's all customizable too, and while it's not like a feature of the charging stand, obviously, I'm just showing you guys an example of how I actually use this in my day-to-day routine. What you could also do if you don't want this propped up vertically for whatever reason, as you saw in the beginning of the segment, this is fully collapsible, so it can lay flat and still charge all your devices, which also makes this great for travel. If you're bringing this with you on the go, it'll slide into your laptop bag or backpack with a slim footprint. Now, I said 4 devices at once, but you've only seen 3. Well, on the back side is an additional USB-C output for charging a 4th device with up to 10 watts of power. while the 7.5 watts fast wireless charging is set for phones, then 5 watts charging power for AirPods, and then 2.5 watts for watches. So not only is it practical to keep all your devices juiced up and ready for the next day, but I mean the design, the construction here also earned it some brownie points for looking sleek and cool at the same time. Definitely a luxury gadget as it comes in right at $100. Now, are there cheaper options out there that exist? Yes, of course, but I love everything about this, and the one thing that was bugging me about it can easily be fixed. Because if you notice while it's charging, there's that flashing white or orange light to let you know. And it's pretty bright, especially at nighttime in an all dark room. But there's a button right next to that can disable the light, which I didn't know existed until a few weeks after being annoyed by it. And I was like, oh hey, that button actually turns it off. Perfect. And then lastly for today is one of Elgato's newest additions to their budget streaming lineup, that not only features upgrades over their more expensive models, but it's cheaper. I guess I kind of set that one up already, but you get the idea. This is the Elgato Stream Deck Neo, that in addition to their typical LCD screen keys, has an info bar on display and 2 touch-sensitive buttons that make navigating your setup and folders a breeze. In the past, you'd need to make a dedicated page switching button that would take up one of your available keys to use, but now these touch points on each side of that info bar let you cycle between pages with just a tap. Let's take a closer look. So built in are still those 8 LCD keys that are customizable and infinite, letting you put folders and folders and have thousands of macros readily at your fingertips at all times. You're probably familiar with the basics of that by now. Stream Decks have been super popular for like 6-7 years now. Great for on-the-fly editing macros, NVIDIA Shadowplay integrations for capping gameplay footage, which I use all the time, Spotify integrations, basic desktop multimedia controls, controlling your lights, your microphone. Again, you probably get that by now. But the new info bar is clutch, because not only can it display the time, which is customizable by the way, but you can have it display icons for all your pages, which is really nifty. So you can see the little YouTube, music, OBS, Twitch, those little icons note what page you're currently on. And like I said, with the date and clock widget being customizable, so are these. It's such a little quality of life upgrade that makes so much sense, and it's also now a desktop clock for you. It's like, why didn't we have this in the past? It uses the same Stream Deck software with a drag and drop setup built in. And again, from like, your basic desktop control, Streamlabs integrations, OBS, Discord, you name it. But also the Elgato Marketplace is where you can download thousands of profiles if you don't want to manually set this up yourself. The profiles can be imported and instantly ready on your device. The Marketplace also has tons of plugins to use with other software and products. They have the icon page you can download to customize the look of your keys. There's even like a sound tab for using this as a soundboard. It's really great how quick and easy they make it to set up your Stream Deck with that Marketplace. I love using mine for editing hotkeys, and I have it set up so when I'm playing a game, I'm on my Shadowplay profile so I can cap gameplay footage or enable the instant replay to save footage if something crazy happened that I missed. It really is a tool with limitless customization and possibilities and should be a staple at everyone's setup. Now for just $100. So again, pretty much any use case that you can think of, the Stream Deck Neo can do, and their marketplace makes it so easy to just set up. If you don't want to manually create all those actions, just download a profile and it's all set up for you. And guys, that'll wrap it up for this episode of Cool Tech under $100. Hope you all enjoyed. Like I said, all the tech will be listed for you in the description down below so you can check it out. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to follow me on all socials at randomfrankp. And last, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hope you all enjoyed. Have a good day.